Hello and welcome back, everyone, to StarCraft 2 Wings of Liberty on Rocket Rabbit Commentaries. And in this episode, we'll be continuing on helping out Miss Ariel Hanson on Agria as we attempt to do the next mission after she has joined the Hyperion.
Dr. Hanson's offered to stay on with us for now, and I think her skills will be invaluable.
It's hard to believe I'm even here.
Great to have you, Doc. How you planning on pitching in?
Well, your medical facilities are...
I gotta say that this interpersonal exchange is a lot more enthralling than just a bunch of talking heads talking to each other in between mission briefings.
That is the point for Miss. That is the point for Miss Ariel specifically. Miss Hanson is meant to be a potential escape for Raynor that he doesn't accept. Hey, Hill.
Looks like you're back in business.
But what? No, we're in the cantina. You gotta play the song when you're in the cantina.
Got any guns for hire?
But you know the invasion makes it a seller's market right now. Still, your bartender over there makes a hell of a Mai Tai.
I don't know what a Mai Tai is, Mr. Cloud.
Sure, I've got some
Mai Tai
recipes
is, I think it's like Malibu rum, grapefruit juice, and lemonade. It's a very, very cheap drink. For your information.
So, we're going to be trying to show off all of the UNN news segments because I personally really like the story segment the story elements that happen with between Kate and Vermilion.
I'm being told Emperor Mansk is going to address us directly.
Raynor, please don't shoot at this screen. I am just doing my job.
And it's my pleasure to announce that they'll soon be led by the hero of Taurus himself, General Horace Warfield.
I think Horace Warfield is from the novelizations. I don't know for certain, though.
Retired years ago.
Yes.
With General Warfield
We have books.
and our finely
Buy
honed
our books.
military under his command, I have every confidence that this new Zerg threat will be contained very soon.
Here dice.
With
Here
Warfield in
dice.
command, the Zerg swarm will be defeated in no time. Up next, Raynor ups his campaign
'Cause
of
he's
terror
in bed
just
with
as the
Kerrigan.
Zerg reappear. Coincidence? You decide after these messages.
It's mostly coincidence, although what's actually going on is being hidden from us. Alright, Swan. Let's see what we can spend money on. Let's get Combat Shield, because Combat Shield makes our Marines slightly more tanky.
Yeah, you want your Marines to survive the stim pack injection, which costs them
We're
a
not gonna buy
significant
stim
amount
pack.
of stamina and mental capacity.
I understand that I really
become-
should buy Stim Pack because Stim Pack is one of the best steroids, but no, we're not gonna ever buy Stim Pack.
You should probably steer your clear.
Oh, sorry, we're not
of
doing
the-
0, we're doing Outbreak. That's what we're doing.
You should probably steer clear of discarding cards from your hand, because one situation that a lot of games don't know how to rectify is what do you do when you have no moves left?
Well, in Magic's case, you ended up drawing into Miracles.
I cast the Laboratory Maniac.
Our readings indicate some kind of bio-infestation is spreading through the refugee camps. Even the buildings are being covered by it.
I've seen this kind of thing before. It's a Zerg virus.
A virophage, if you
Do is
will.
burn it out.
It's
Every one of those infested buildings has to be destroyed.
it's a building-eating virus,
Where are all the people?
and we are the cure.
Oh no. Those
It's the T
are
virus.
infested refugees? This is a nightmare.
Yeah. This ain't good at all.
Come, my molded children. We have much
Looks
to
like they
destroy.
burrow underground by day and emerge only at night.
It looks like Wesker was
The
able to
virus must make
secure
them vulnerable to the high
bike
UV
pump
output
into a
of
space
Mine
shuttle
House
after all,
Star.
Mr. Cloud.
Then
Well, of course, I predicated Resident Evil 6, and Leon double-fisting his pistols like he's John Wayne, or better yet, probably closer to a Steven Seagal. No,
Alright.
Neo.
Outbreak
Neo is the
an
only
interesting
character
mission
I
for
could
me,
think of that
specifically
actually
because
dual-wielded
it's honestly
pistols.
a bit too easy if you're just trying to clear it normally. But if you're trying to go for all the achievos in it, it can be a bit of a pain, because this is the mission that introduces us to a rather interesting mutation of an old unit. Do you recall the vultures from StarCraft 1, Mr. Cloud?
Nope.
This is because vultures were fucking terrible and you never used them. But in StarCraft 2, we have a mutation of that unit called the Hellion. The Hellion is a very fast scout/assault unit that deals bonus damage against light units. With this in mind, it is honestly a very interesting unit to have in this mission, because what the Hellion wants to do is scout out the entirety of the map to figure out what your attack route is going to be. It's very bad at this, though, because what you actually want to be doing is destroying the buildings as you scout them out. So, once again, we're going to be focusing primarily on Marine Medic in order to do this mission in any reasonable amount of time.
Yep. Welcome to Terran. First, you have your Marines, then you have your medics.
It's important for me to actually push out for these first several buildings, specifically so that I don't end up just wasting time sitting at home. I should also be microing the other force of Marines and Firebats that we have at home right now to push out a little bit. But given the fact that we only got like 3 buildings on this push out before we had to come home, yeah, we weren't going to get all that much more, even if I was microing up over there.
Indeed, the vacuum of space agrees.
What this mission wants us to do is to figure out how to best organize our base on both offense and defense. Unfortunately for it, because we're on normal mode, we don't really need like pretty much any defensive investment. Like 2 bunkers on each gateway, and 2 bunkers and 2 Firebats on each gateway. At least if the bunkers are full of Marines, will be enough to sustain a defensive force there for almost the entire mission. This mission, however, also introduces us to a new piece of tech that the Terrans have developed, the sensor tower. I've not shown it on map yet, but you can see the effects of the sensor tower on the mini-map there. You see those blotches of red outside of our base? Those are enemy units closing in, and we can see that they are there thanks to the sensor tower. We just don't know what they are.
Indeed, there is a thread over there. I'm not sure what it is, but it scares me.
It's not that scary. It's a bunch of infested Terran, and specifically the melee variant of infested Terran.
Oh. Oh, no, don't start doing this crap. Alright, let's kill him.
Now, some of these infested refugees happen to have consciousness, but most of them do not.
Yeah, the please kill me trope can be a little hard to swallow sometimes. I was not ready for that.
Specifically, this first wave is actually really easy to hold off, so I'm going to be using most of this time to build up our expeditionary force.
SCV ready. Oh yeah.
Terran does actually have a lot of defense missions. One of the more famous ones is one that my good friend Jonah wanted me to try and get the hard mode achievement for, and I just couldn't do it because I can't defend my base well enough for it to actually function on my end.
It's alright. Yeah. Alright, so I guess all those exclamation points are just gonna turn into infested human beings.
I do have a little bit of micro skill when it comes to Terran, but not enough to actually be competitive. I would like to be competitive with Terran because Terran gets some of the coolest goddamn units, but they do not get the coolest unit, so...
Yeah. It's alright, though. This mission is, well, it had us in mind because I love zombie survival.
I'm not the biggest fan of zombie survival, but then again, like, the closest video game to zombie survival that I've ever played is, I've played like a couple hours of Stubbs the Zombie, and Stubbs the Zombie is actually a really good comedy game.
Yeah, that was like a third person. What game? Is everything? Honestly, it was like Grand Theft Zombie a lot of times because there was a lot of like
there's a lot of
hovercraft type
possession vehicles.
vehicles.
I would qualify it as a third-person action game, to be perfectly honest. But since there is progression and a skill tree involved, it technically is an action RPG
with vehicles. I remember very specifically.
So an action RPG with mixed arms combat. And there is definitely mixed arms combat in Subs the Zombie. It's just that you don't really have to acknowledge it most of the time. Please notice that we're spending a lot of time building additional barracks that we're not immediately not barracks but the supply depots that we're not immediately using. And Swan has delivered us a factory with a bunch of Hellions.
The second wave is here. Hold them off.
Personally, I really dislike the Hellions as an effective unit. I like them in concept. A relatively fast specialized scout unit makes a lot of sense to me. It's just that they have to actually still be viable in combat for me to actually appreciate them, and Hellions just aren't. They're way too squishy.
Much too squishy.
Sun's coming up.
30 seconds left on night one, and then I think we'll be. I'm not entirely sure how much of this mission we end up showing off. We do clear it. We do clear it in this part, though. So
the undead are weak to fire.
They are very weak to fire because they're classified as light units. Units have 3 different qualifications in StarCraft and on StarCraft 1 and StarCraft 2. There's light, medium, and heavy units. A majority of the units that you'll be using throughout the game, and even even throughout any of the campaigns, are going to be light class units. All right, so let's push out and attempt to clear out some of the bases.
Now it's time to do some damage. Kaboom, baby.
What you're seeing me attempt to do here is Marine Stutter Step. If you're actually skilled at doing it, I think you can clear this in what is effectively 2.5 nights. It's just difficult for me to do because I do not have the micro skills in order to do it well. But yes, we have jump cut to what is effectively the end of the mission.
Oh. Yeah, I was gonna say, that was a really fast day. They must have a lot of moons or something.
What I'm showing off here is us getting the bonus objectives. There are 2 infestors that are buried themselves during the daytime that you can only actually kill when it becomes nighttime. They are on these particular coordinates of the map. There's one here. Come on, there it is. And there's also one over here. And they are slain. By killing the infestors, you get both the resources for the mission. But yes, in the next part we'll be going to Redstone, and we'll be finishing off before the end of Night 3 here, which is actually one of the achievements. One of the achievements is clearing clearing Outbreak before the end of Night 4.
Oh, home base is under attack.
Well, no, our base is not under attack. Their base is under attack because we are swarming them pretty heavily here. It just looks like our base is under attack because we have so many units here.
They were taking heavy fire. They don't know how to use their guns.
There we go.
You did it, Jim. I knew you wouldn't let us down. Now I've got to get my people somewhere safe.
Ain't gonna be so easy, darling. This whole sector's crawling with Zerg.
Yes, it is.
There's got to be somewhere out there the aliens haven't touched. Some undiscovered paradise waiting just for us.
Which is why the planet that they end up going to is called New Haven.
Huh.
Alright, everyone. In the next episode, we'll be going over to Redstone. Be safe, everybody.
Yes, thank you for watching.